Uncertainty and mixed messages this morning surrounding a deal to end the war with Iran. It's time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know today in 10 minutes or less. President Trump called off a massive attack over the weekend. The president says Gulf allies asked him to hold off to give diplomacy a chance.
It was going to be an attack that would have been by far the biggest attack since World War II, but they've asked us not to do it.
Trump claims a deal with Iran is imminent and that talks will resume today. But overnight, an Iranian official pushed back, saying there are no ongoing negotiations with the U.S. Instead, Iranian leaders are negotiating with Oman about reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Those talks are in their final stages, but Iran says the strait will not return to the way it was before the war. And gas prices appear to be leveling off, but way higher, of course, than before the war began. Here in San Diego, no changes overnight. The average price still sitting at $5.75 for a gallon of regular. That is 3 cents higher than last week. Nationally, no movement either, staying at $4.10 a gallon, down a cent from last week.
And we're learning new details about the heroes who helped stop a deadly shooting in Idaho from becoming much worse. Police say Chad Williams opened fire outside a new In-N-Out in Twin Falls. He killed 3 people and injured 7 others before taking his own life. But investigators say the tragedy could have been much worse, and police say a man, Jordan Salinas, and an off-duty police officer got the shooter's attention and returned fire.
These people are true heroes in our community, and their actions diverted the shooter and no doubt saved many lives.
And In-N-Out says one of its employees is among those killed. Witnesses say a taxi driver was also shot in his car, and police are still searching for a motive. And President Trump's pick for Attorney General is one step closer to being confirmed. Overnight, Todd Blanche formally rescinded the anti-weaponization fund in writing, meeting the demands of 2 Republican holdouts in the Senate. The anti-weaponization fund is a $1.8 billion fund for people who claim that the Justice Department victimized them. But critics worry that could have included January 6 rioters. The fund stems from a settlement between Trump and the IRS.
Destructive wildfires are burning in Washington, forcing tens of thousands of people to evacuate. All of this happening in the Spokane area. Authorities are calling this the worst natural disaster in that region's history. More than 600 homes and buildings have been damaged or destroyed so far. Officials say 3 separate wildfires they're calling the Spokane Complex Fire have burned more than 7,700 acres. Right now, still no containment. Firefighters from here in California and as far away as Australia are helping out. Strong winds and dry conditions are fueling all those flames. Weather conditions are improving today, but it's going to be brief. Forecasters warn the fire danger could get worse again by Wednesday. Investigators are still looking into the cause of the fire. No injuries have been reported so far.
And the military is now investigating a fighter jet crash at MCAS Miramar. We brought to you this as breaking news on Friday during our midday newscast, and the F-35B went down just short of the runway. Thankfully, the pilot ejected before the crash. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Pentagon calls this a Class A mishap, and we asked retired Navy pilot Jim Kidrick about what that means and what could have caused the pilot to eject.
Number one is a price threshold, in other words, dollars and damage associated, and I think it's 2 million plus, and of course in this case the airplane alone would be a Class A. It's really hard to tell. It could be an engine failure, low to the ground. It could be a lot of different things.
And he says the military will also look into if this is a one-time situation or a trend with the aircraft. We will continue to follow this investigation and bring you any updates as soon as we learn more.
40% of sea lion pups here in La Jolla Cove are dying each year. Just around the corner where those beaches are protected, that mortality rate drops to just 10%. The Sierra Club Seal Society and these signs posted tell me when people get too close to the sea lion pups, it can break the bond between pup and mom, leading to abandonment.
What we would like to see is the rangers, issuing warnings or giving tickets, so even if they're not enforceable, because then the message gets out.
Sir, can I get you to stay behind the steps, please? I have too many pups in the cave. The base of the steps in the hat. taking pictures.
To be clear, there's already a lot of measures to protect the sea lions, like signage, park rangers posted up right here next to me, warning people with a bullhorn to stay far away. And sometimes they even put up cones and tape to make sure that people don't get too close to the wildlife.
We point out nursing pups so that we find that once people understand about the animals, they're more likely to respect and give them space.
Okay, so here's where things get really confusing, though. It is technically a violation of federal law to get too close to a sea lion pup or to assault a sea lion pup. As we saw with that federal investigation last week when someone literally tried to roundhouse kick a sea lion. But the city says they can't enforce federal law. That's NOAA's job. So park rangers are here with bullhorns telling people to stay away. They can't write a ticket, though. But tell me, what do you think? Is enough being done to protect the sea lions here, or does the city need to take it up a notch? In La Jolla, Emily Coffey, ABC 10 News.
Staying by our waters, a close encounter with a great white shark off Point Loma caught on camera. So check out this video here. This is from 10 News viewer Richie St. Jean. Sent us this incredible video. He and his brother took a recent spearfishing trip. Richie and his brother Aiden came face to face with that shark, which they say was curious but also aggressive. Fortunately, though, they got safely back on the boat. Nobody was hurt.
And a new report from ABC News shows foreclosure filings are on the rise nationwide. ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill finds out how things are looking here in the county and what you can do to protect yourself if you're falling behind.
Owning a home is the American dream. Losing it can be a nightmare.
In San Diego County, in the state of California, and nationally, we're starting to normalize.
Karen Van Ness is the president of the San Diego Association of Realtors.
But our foreclosure activity is not at a high level by any means. It's higher than it was a year ago.
I wanted to get her insight on the real estate market following an ABC News report saying foreclosure filings are on the rise. ABC News broke down data from the real estate firm Adam. It found foreclosure filings nationally went up 21% in the first 6 months of 2026 compared to last year.
Our economy right now is not terrifically stable as a result of things that are going on in foreign countries, and it's impacting people's ability to afford mortgages with the cost of living, the cost of groceries, the cost of gas.
Those things could be contributing to the numbers we're seeing right now.
So if people are not prepared, they haven't saved, and they're getting squeezed on all sides, it's going to show a blip in the foreclosure activity. And so I think all of this is contributing to the blip that we're seeing in the foreclosure data.
Whether it's a blip or a building trend, if you're in tough times, call your lender ASAP.
My experience with lenders is that they will help you to get through whatever that period of time is. They can say, okay, we're going to give you a 6-month buy on your mortgage payment, so we're going to tack it on to the end of your loan.
Vanessa tells me lenders might be more sympathetic than you think.
Keeping your borrower in the house and getting them through the tough time they're going through is a lot more profitable and makes a lot more sense at the end of the day.
Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline. Everything you need to know today in 10 minutes or less.